In this video, I present a breakdown of all 928 passes attempted in the 2023 Champions League Final, with a specific focus on technique. I wanted to find out which techniques were the most used and which ones were the most successful. The research revealed 27 different passing techniques, so which of these techniques made the top 7? Coming up in first place by a considerable margin was the inside of the foot pass. 55% of passes were made using this technique, and the popularity was probably due to the fact that the inside of the foot pass provides players with a large flat surface area on the inside of the foot, which allows for precise control and accuracy when passing the ball. This makes it easier for players to play accurate passes to their teammates, crucial for maintaining possession and creating goal-scoring opportunities. In fact, when players chose to use this technique, they were successful on 95% of occasions. The success rate was equally as high when playing off one touch and when passing forward, at 93% and 91% respectively. 25% of all attacking passes were executed with the inside of the foot pass. The second most common technique was the curl pass. 11% of the total number of passes were classified as a curl pass with either the inside or the instep of the foot, also known as the laces. It was the most common technique used to penetrate defences and create scoring opportunities. In fact, 27% of all attacking passes were executed through either of these curled pass techniques. The reason for this is that the curled pass allows players to navigate the ball around defenders and place the ball precisely where they want it to go, over medium to long range distances. For example, Man City's players often use the curl pass to get the ball over and or around Inter's defenders in order to get the ball into Haaland. The technique was also used for diagonal passes, passes in beyond the backline, and crosses. The pass success rate of the technique when played on the floor was relatively high, with an impressive 84% success rate. But when played in the air, the success rate dropped to below 50%. The third most common technique was the driven pass with the InStep. 67 passes were attempted using this technique, the majority of which were lofted. The purpose of the lofted driven pass was either to switch play early from one side of the pitch to the other, play out from the back into a free player in between the opposition midfield and backlines, or playing long direct into the number 9. The success rate of these type of passes was 42%. And there were 16 driven passes across the ground too, and these were used as a forward solution when the player's body position was closed and therefore were not able to play through using the inside of the foot, similar to a cut pass technique. The fourth most common technique surprised me. Headed passes remarkably accounted for 7% of all passes attempted. On the majority of occasions, headed passes were used as a way to regain possession from a loose aerial ball. Both sets of players proved to be highly skillful in directing a loose aerial ball with the head to free teammates. The truth is that the human head is especially suited for passing the ball well. The forehead is strong and flat, meaning it can withstand force and provide good levels of control and accuracy to the pass. Furthermore, the head is also connected to the rest of the body through a pivot joint, meaning that it is possible to rotate the head in a multitude of directions, opening up a number of passing trajectories, from lofted to grounded to flick-ons. It is towards the end of games, like in stoppage time, where headed passes are mostly used, as a team striving for a goal often results to using lofted passes to get the ball into goal scoring position as early as possible. In fact, in this game, a third of all headed passes were played from the 80th minute onwards. The next most common pass was the outside of the foot punch pass. 35 passes were made using this technique, which is an advanced variation of the inside of the foot pass, but it's quicker and more deceptive, as players don't have to open their body up to play the pass, and can play early when the ball is in front of them with the outside of the foot. The success rate of this short passing technique was high at 94%. Coming up at number 6 were throw-ins. 33 throw-ins were made in the match, which is in line with FIFA's study, which found that there is an average of 34 throw-ins per match. Backward throws were the most common and the most successful, which is in line with research from Sheffield Hallam University, who found that throw-ins that went backwards or laterally in direction resulted in increased first contact successes, retaining possession, and shot creation. The least efficient throw-in was forwards and long, which resulted in both reduced first contact successes and possession retention. Early throw-ins were also associated with high success rates in this game. And finally, the 7th most common pass was the inside of the foot volley. 33 passes were made with this technique, and in a similar mode to headed passes, they were often used as a solution to regain possession from a loose aerial ball or set an aerial pass back to a teammate. The inside of the foot volley pass had a higher pass success rate than headed passes, 58% to 48% respectively. Overall, the techniques outlined in the video represented 90% of all passes attempted in the Champions League Final, and therefore should form the basis of training programs to develop proficient passers of the ball who are able to successfully perform a variety of passing techniques from the ground and air. Are there any surprises? Did the video spark a question or observation? If yes, make sure you comment on the video and subscribe if you've not already done so. Until next time, ciao ciao.